Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Asad, and welcome back to this series of Learning Python for Everyone. In the last few videos, we have talked about list, and there are a lot of other features for list, such as append, remove, count, length, sort, insert, and so on and so forth. We'll learn those in the second video to this. But before that, how to slice a list. What slicing means is, as the English says, if you have a long list names or numbers and you only want to slice a part of it, rather than rewriting the whole list or trying to do some other manual process, how you could just simply slice an element in a list. For this, I'll write a list of names of Imams. In Islam, these are considered the holy personalities of the names of Imams, and these are the first five Imams written down. So what we'll try to do is try to figure out how can I slice these names, such as if I want to figure out who was the first Imam in this list. Imam means leader, right? So let's just say who is the first one. Now there are two ways to do it. Either just look at the list and say it's Imam Ali, or how about if I'm using the list itself? How do I do that? All I have to do is write the list I'm trying to slice, start with the square brackets, and write the position of the element that you want to take out. In this case, I want to take out this first element. But the important part which a lot of students make mistake is, in normal language we use 1 as the first element, but in Python it doesn't start with 1. It starts with 0. So if I print this and show you the results, you will notice Imam Ali. If I had put 1, which a lot of you might think is the first element, it actually printed out the second element in a list. So this is where a lot of people get confused with. In Python, we don't start with 1, we always start with 0, and that will give me the first element. But it doesn't just work with one element. Let's say I wanted to figure out the first 3 or 2 ones, right? So let me print this one. Do you see it normally printed Imam Ali and Imam Hassan, even though the number says 0, 1, and 2, right? Well, that's because the Python, this slicing only works with the first element all the way till here. It will try to slice out everything before this 2. What comes before 2? 1. So it will only slice 0 and 1 element of the list. So you have to be careful of two things. That one, the list start with 0 and not 1. And secondly, whatever the maximum limit you will put, it will try to print out everything before this number. So let's say I want to print the first 4 element. If I put 4 here, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see? Even though the total numbers here are 5, because we're starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what Python is doing is starting from 0, 1 element, 2 element, 3, and 4, and ignoring this fourth element itself. It is doing everything before 4. It takes a bit time to remember these ones, but if you keep practicing with this one, you will make it a reflex out of it. It will be like part of your reflex, that you will just write 0 thinking it is the first element, and whichever element you want to find, you will write a number above it. But these also works with negative indexes. So let's say I want to figure out the last Imam. Now, rather than counting all of them, such as 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, so it should be the fourth one, right? See, it didn't, well, I need to print out first, sorry, last Imam, there you go, Imam Bakir, right? But I can also use negative indexes, such as if I write -1, this is an interesting part as well. It doesn't start with -0, it starts with -1. So if I run this, I will get the same results. Similarly, I can keep going downwards like this. -2 will give me the second last result, Imam Zainul Abidin, right? This is how you can extract elements from a list. Go on, pause the video, try writing the names of the Imam, the first 5, and try using slicing to work out how you could do it. Till then, take care and goodbye.